Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, I think we have a very interesting video on Ripple and XRP. There's quite a lot happening. Specifically today, the XRP price is up, I believe, 7%? Don't quote me on that number, but I believe, let's quickly check it out, 7.5%, and right now it is up 1.7%. I actually just put over on my Twitter as well. Oh, it has to refresh right there. But I just put over on my Twitter as well that things are looking very interesting. Guys, XRP might be onto something right here, because all of a sudden, the price starts to do astronomically well. The XRP price has actually gotten to, what is it now, early today? 42.2 cents. Things are at a really crazy point. You know, a couple of hours ago, the XRP price was going absolutely ballistic. Fun fact, I actually missed it because I was spending some time with the old ones. Sometimes you got to do that too. Sometimes that's way more important than crypto could ever be. But yeah, I've been kind of mesmerized by every movement that we've been seeing in terms of these prices. I don't have my big screen here. I've actually been installing a couple of different laptops to kind of arrange some business. So no fancy light today, but whatever. So John Dean has been going crazy on Twitter. He's not the only one though. Jeremy Hogan and all the guys are basically going absolutely rampant because there's quite a lot happening in the space. So let's take a couple of looks at what John Dean's been saying. Many are asking about a settlement in the Ripple case. A lot of people have been commenting that as well, saying, Dusty, does this mean a settlement is here? Or something like that. Well, some take everything they view as unusual or everything they view as unusual as a sign of a settlement, like Saturday's filings, for example. The fact that Ripple filed this a lot earlier than they were supposed to actually do it. Usually they wait till the latest of the latest. Now, it's not. That's what John is saying. Sorry, but I don't believe there will be a settlement within the next 2 months. If ever, you know, after the judge rules, we'll see. This is just my opinion and it doesn't mean anything. I could be proven wrong tomorrow. And if I am, I will come it if it is in XRP holders' best interests. Oh, I will welcome it. Why am I so stupid with reading things? I'm not sure. My opinion on settlement shouldn't be given any more weight than anyone else's because many are asking. I am sharing it. Now, let me tell you guys two simple things. One is I love John D. All right, for sure love him. But I think a lot of people are also a little bit weighing too much on his every single word. What I mean with that is he right now is saying, I don't believe a settlement is coming. And then he adds afterwards like, hey, I'm just a normal human being. People are only looking at that start saying, no, John Dean said no settlement, so it can't happen. John also knows most likely better than the majority of us that tomorrow he could just wake up and boom, XRP price going absolutely ballistic because there's a settlement. We can see today in terms of these prices, every person in the XP community is sitting here looking at their screen like, there's something kind of shady happening. Why is that price doing so ridiculously well? The only conclusion that I think the majority of us can draw is whales are buying this because they know something. They're onto something. It's not factual, but it could also be because in the summary judgment filings, things were just looking so bullish. And I guess the second part I should share, by the way, little fun fact, that little screen that you guys know and love by now, it is here, all right? Don't get me wrong, it is here. I just touched it so the screensaver went away again, but just know, it's just not there. Yeah, and the first thing I wanted to say about it is, as I guess it kind of already made it clear, even John thinks that it could happen tomorrow, and most of the lawyers are thinking that way. Now, there's one guy, Hasher. He said, gotta ask the pros, you know, strategy aside for summary judgment motions, by Ripple leaving the fair notice defense out of that motion, benefit the SEC in that if ruled against them, it would not be a precedent or precedent, meaning that they still operate with regulation by enforcement. And Jeremy Hogan said, I think Ripple will argue summary judgment on the fair notice defense is improper and premature because of the outstanding discovery Hinman emails, assuming, of course, they still have not been produced a month from now. Things are still interesting because, well, usually in a summary judgment, a lot of things are already concluded. And in this case here, it's actually quite a lot of different motions and parts and little rolling parts that should have been concluded a long time ago, but that have been taking like way more time than anybody could have expected. And honestly, when I'm talking about these whales buying, by the way, it's an aggregation of a lot of different things happening. We saw that whale buy 500 million XRP a couple of days ago, and all of a sudden, XRP pumps 25% over the next couple of days. That is ultimately sketchy. Nobody can deny that. And now also a lot of movements are happening that people are watching very carefully, you know? Again, look at this. 582 million XRP wired recently. People are watching this every single move. A major transfer from unknown to unknown. Not a big deal because we don't know what's happening. But it says here that it went from Binance to Bittrex. Why? Why is somebody moving 150 mil like that? It's interesting to kind of think about. Specifically in this volatile of a time. Are they preparing for the FOMC meeting tomorrow? That it's happening right now? Could be. But then 150 mil taken from an exchange to an unknown wallet. This looks like a buy. Again, it's 60 million bucks. You know, it's certainly a lot of money. These two look a lot like each other, by the way, because they're very significant in size. You know, 150 million both of these times, just a little bit less. But why is that happening? This, whenever I see this and I read this, I'm thinking, yeah, most likely it's just a guy buying it and putting it onto his personal wallet, buying it on FTX and taking it all home. Ripple's also been sending 50 million. This is most likely, however, to fund some exchanges or anything like that. Here, they've mostly done it for custodial exchanges. It could be that they actually sold XRP over the counter to some sort of party, and they are holding it in their custody wallet over at BitGo. A lot of things could be happening right there. Okay, guys, there's also one website I wanted to showcase to y'all. For some reason, though, right, I turned off my ad blocker, and this website does not want to accept my no ads. So maybe, I don't know. Looking at it from a couple of different sides, the point still stands. SEC's bizarre new claim about Ethereum may set a dangerous precedent. I still am not sure if it's precedent or president. You guys are never leaving a comment about it. Let me know down below which one you say. Okay, I didn't know this. If I double click and press read aloud.
Press precedent.
I didn't know a little kid would come out of my computer and just start reading it out. I didn't know that. That's interesting. What technology we have right now. That's crazy. However, yeah, so the discussion is going on right now regarding Ethereum. It's a pretty heavy discussion. The SEC, the title here said, SEC claims jurisdiction over Ethereum is under U.S. regime purview. There's a big discussion right now going on between the SEC, CFTC, and just the entire crypto party regarding why or whether or not they're going for this regulation by enforcement approach, why they're doing that, and how that should be treated, basically. But also on the other end, people are just talking only about the Ripple v. SEC case. Then again, it's going kind of far. I have a couple of different tweets about it as well over on my Twitter. I think I posted a couple of different parts about it. That, for example, people like Ryan Selkis and Brad Garlinghouse are now going to be coming together pretty soon here. You can read it. Don't forget, it will be fun to watch this later. We have Brad Garlinghouse and Ryan Selkis coming together to discuss, for example, even though I believe Ryan Selkis might have actually also changed his mind a little bit and start to support Ripple mostly in this lawsuit. It's fun to see how many people have switched over. And they're not starting to hate Ethereum, I'm not trying to say that, but they're being more realistic about looking at Ethereum and thinking, okay. Indeed, it is a little bit strange the way that the SEC is treating this one. They're not going to give it the full thumbs up, but they are saying, well, we want to kind of keep Bitcoin and Ethereum. Wait a minute. No, we don't. You, CFTC, can keep Bitcoin, but no, we can actually keep Ethereum for ourselves and then the entire other crypto market. We're going to go for regulatory enforcement through it. But then all the other parts of Twitter are all saying like, well, regulation by enforcement is absolutely garbage. And that just goes on and on and on and on. I have so ridiculously many different parties over on Twitter just talking about this. I think I have a couple of different ones open here as well. Let me quickly see. Yeah, even Brian Armstrong of Coinbase said the regulation by enforcement has a terrible chilling effect. It's going absolutely wild. But right now, again, if you're wondering, people are calling it about some sort of XRP revolution, XRP trending, XRP army trending, XRP ledger trending, FOMC trending, ISO 20022 trending. Very often XRP ledger or settlement hashtags are also trending as well. Ripple has been trending a lot as well. All these things right now are trending. Well, mostly because it's one of the only cryptos that is up significantly today, and partially, obviously, because people are just very much excited about it. And it's a very exciting period for it as well, guys. Some very big things are starting to happen right now. Some things have finally been put into motion, and obviously, people are very excited for that, and I can understand. We have, for example, always got James Fillon. Had to think for a little second. James Fillon hopefully did not block me. Okay, I was like, but his name is Phil and Law. He even posted about a couple of different parts, right? Mostly regarding what's going to happen soon. We got ourselves all these summary judgment pieces. Right now, we're looking forward to a couple of weeks from now. But John Dean has been sharing that I think a couple of other small parts are potentially changing up rather soon. Here's, for example, the SEC relies heavily on legal memos given to Ripple and Chris Larsen in 2012. The letter concludes XRP is not a security, but like any asset could be sold as a security. Advice like this is privileged. How did the SEC get this info? Are there non-prosecution agreements? And that kind of goes on further, where people are speculating that because this is all happening, and because in summary judgment right now, people are finding out that the SEC's way of doing things is just so absolutely wrong, that the SEC stands no chance to win, which is why people are excited, which is why people are buying. I'm a big XRP holder. I'm a very big fan of this, so I'm loving every single second of this. I'm watching this with like freaking binoculars, watching my screen every single hour. But again, remember that some things are more important in life than cryptos. Not a lot of things, but some things. Take care of those too. Don't get fully knocked up with this crypto stuff. It's very important, I understand, but it's not the entire world. I love it to the death, I guess, because I talk about it every single day, and only crazy people can do that, so sure. But you know, let's see tomorrow as well. FOMC meeting is going to be crazy. Just want to get this video out to you guys talking about kind of what's going on with XRP situation. Is interesting, but I might have another XRP video coming up rather soon here because we have just so much content. And I want to talk a little bit more about the inside pieces, like for example, their promise right now that I have open somewhere. This promise here, Ripple signing the climate pledge, and just a couple more pieces about what exactly is going on in the background. This is a lot of speculation, a couple of lawsuit parts, but we have so much more. A lot of shifts, a lot of crazy stuff is happening. So I'll get that out to you guys soon. And yeah, stick around, I would say, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.